Welcome back to Photo Finish Garage. This video is going to be how to diagnose a sliding door lock on the 2016 to 2023 ProMasters. What's going on is when you hit the lock button, you can hear that back door lock and unlock, and then both the front doors. But you get no action here when you press lock. You can still see the door. You still see that the door is open. Now I went ahead and actually initially thought that it was that lock actuator, but it is not. I went ahead and replaced it with the new part. I should have did a video showing that, but this is the lock actuator, and it has a series of cables that run up to the top of the door, and then they also run across to this upper handle, and also that handle there, that blue one back there, right? But I'll show you some ways that I was able to diagnose this. The first step, I did a little bit of research and found that the power actually gets sent from the body to the door via pretty much two ways. The first is that contact switch, and the second is this contact switch. So that one's on the door, that one's on the body. And if you follow that inside the door, you can see there's two contacts there. Follow the wires, and that leads up to our actuator. Right? So let's take these off to inspect them, and I'll show you what I found. To get this contact off, just take a flathead screwdriver, pry down to release that clip, and it actually just slides out, no problem. Next step, to remove the contact switch off the door, you have one little pin there. You can use a flathead or a pick, whatever is accessible for you, and you'll just be popping that out. Once you pop that out, get the connector. I accidentally pulled the wires out when I pulled this out, but as you can see, this is how it comes off, and these two contacts make contact with these top two, and then that switch actually hits here, and that's what sends the signal to let the vehicle know that the door is actually closed, the sliding door message that shows up on your instrument panel. So let's go ahead and take this off. As you can see, it's going to be the same little pin that we'll pull out, and we'll use the same method. Get the pin out, this will just pull right out, and you got two connectors on the back side. Unclip both connectors and inspect the contact pad. This just has a simple switch on it, but that's not our issue. Our issue actually lies here. So this, as I mentioned, is where the two pieces connect, right? When you slam the door, these are supposed to be pressed in as this part pushes on that contact, right? But what's going on with this, when I first opened this, both of these connectors were pushed back like that. So that got me to inspect the back. You realize there's pieces missing. It's actually supposed to be a spring that falls in there, and then you got a back cover that seats on the spring and pushes it, and that's what allows this to be a spring activated mechanism. Now this was broken, or at least I thought it was broken. Well, it technically is broken, but one thing you can do is search inside of your door to salvage the rest of these parts. I was able to locate the spring and the cover, both still in the door. And actually, if you look closely, I located the last spring, which I'm trying to get out. So once I fish that out, I'm going to put it all back together and we're going to check our door lock again. Alright, I got great news. I was able to find and get the second screw out of the door. So now it's just a matter of figuring out, I see there are two different sizes, so which screw goes where is what I need to figure out. And then I'll test and finalize. Well, I got bad news. I thought there was a total of just 2 springs. It's actually a total of 3 springs. You're going to have 2 of the smaller springs that go here, and then you're going to have this fatter spring or wider spring that goes here, and that is going to act as a button. Right, so I'm going to show you how it's supposed to operate on a vehicle that I know is the switch is working. Alright, this is another ProMaster with a known switch that's working. You can already see the difference, how they protrude out, but all 3 of these are basically a switch. So that's spring loaded, and that bottom one, that's where the fatter spring goes. So I'm going to end the video here because I got to order a part and able to be able to install it on the truck I'm working on. But if you are experiencing a sliding door mechanism that will not lock with the key, check your contacts. If yours are pushed in, it's likely that your springs have broken out and fallen off into the door, and I would go ahead and recommend a replacement of this switch. Thanks for watching. Take care.